Hi guys, Spectre here, welcome back to some more Total Warhammer 3, continuing our Gor-Rok campaign. Just before I started recording, I did some that I thought would help, because, example, Hexawatl and Cult Sotek, which is Tehenowin and Mazdamundi, didn't like that I got treated as Spinosotek dwarves. Now theirs is now only -1. So that's going to drop off next turn. And theirs is down to -7. It was -23. And it was giving me red with this, so it was like going the relations down. And bear in mind, Cult Sotek and Exot are both really strong. And they're both legendary lords. They're people I want to be military allies with. Because I've ended my non-aggression pact and military access with the Spanish-Sotek dwarves, the Southern Sentinels now don't like me by -17. But they hated the dwarves to begin with and took their 2 provinces from them. That's why they own these here. It's fucking rich, innit? But I've not had my reliability affected because it's been way over 10 turns. So my reliability is still very high. But theirs should come back to like me with all the pluses I've got for Lizardmen relations. I mean, if I have to go to war with them at some point, I will do. No, we encountered Kairos Fate Weaver in our multiplayer campaign the other night. It just started taking settlements off of Overlord and giving them to himself. Now, apparently there's a 10-turn cooldown, so at least he can only do 1 province every 10 turns. But because he's taking provinces deep in Overlord's heartland, Overlord's just going to go and take them straight back. So I don't know what he hopes to gain from that. It's just obviously going to be really annoying if he does that every 10 turns. And the only way you can stop him is by, I don't think you can take provinces off military allies. So you've either got to be a military ally, or you've got to take him out. Like, completely wipe him out. Because I think the AI is going to have cheats in place for, like, Grimoires, where they're basically going to have, like, unlimited Grimoires. So whenever they're alive, they can still take a settlement off you every turn. Can make it in a way really fucking hard to destroy them, because they could take a settlement off someone fucking miles away, and you know, they could just fucking migrate over there. And that province there that Marcus Wolfart's in his last province. So if he loses that and the armies around it, he's dead. I don't care about missile strength. Well, Lizardmen. It's good when you've got loads of money and you know you can just build up the buildings you need to build. Right, Gor-Rok's got his army finalised and complete. Let's get up here. He's got 4 more turns. Greenskin, Skaven, Dark Elves, Beastmen, Warriors of Chaos, Demons of Chaos, and Noise. Fucking hell. Give me the attack to begin with. Fuck it. No, you can get on a cold one, but yeah, we don't want him on a cold one. Want him on foot with the grunts. That cavalry recruitment focus came round at the perfect fucking time. Plus 2 ranks and minus 25% recruitment cost. Literally, I got them in Gor-Rok's army for free. I still don't know how that worked, I really don't. And he got them really cheap, but they weren't free. But like, horned ones for like fucking 150. What? And if I'm going to have quite a lot of money left, I potentially can look at getting a third army. We have still got 2 second generation Slam Mage Priests of Fire on there as well. And I want them for damage. Some people will say take life, but you only really want to take life if you're taking single entities, which is basically Doom stacks. And I don't build Doom stacks. Doom stacks are for people who either just want to have a bit of a laugh or you're more unskilled players. If you're a skilled player, you do not need to build Doom stacks. If you've got to build Doom stacks to win a campaign, you're not playing the game properly. The only exception to that rule might be sort of Tomb Kings. But even then, Tomb Kings don't really build Doom stacks per se, not all their armies anyway, but they just generally build like one type of troop in one army. So like you might have one army of Tomb Guard, you'll have one army of Scorpions, one army of Ushabti. So they're not so much Doom stacks, because Ushabti's not a Doom stack and neither's Tomb Guard. Scorpions can be to a degree, but then there's some armies that can hard counter Scorpions. So, but that's just how the thingies are at the moment. And they're not very good, to be all honest. They won, okay. What's Tic-Tac-Toe doing? It's Tic-Tac-Toe. He's not over here. It's a Henowin. Tic-Tac-Toe's over in Southlands. Using the Thunderdome. Well, they call it Thunderdome. It's not 2 men enter 1 man leaves. It's like 12 factions enter, 1 faction might dominate. Or maybe 2. Because it depends if you get like 2 that ally together. Because you could essentially see Scarbrand and Kairos ally and split the Southlands between them. One of the lower half, one of the upper half. Same with like Manfred and Orc and the Black. If they ever got steamrolled and they got going, they probably just divide it up sort of between them. So I'm glad at the moment, at least, that the campaigns I'm playing right now aren't affected by the people that are going to be moving. Because they're moving Kairos, they're moving Teclis, they're moving Scrag, and they're moving Alethan are. And on my Arcan campaign, I'm probably not going to see any of them. Might maybe see Scrag. And on this campaign, I'm not really going to have to fight any of them. Unless Kyra starts nicking my shit, then I'll have to go over there and sort him out. Yeah, we've got more money on me for that reason, yeah, I know why. Just give me more money. Max out that garrison. Oh, we haven't got that. Do we have that over there? Yeah, we do, yeah. Okay. Just making sure. We need it for Scar veteran capacity. Yeah, we can't have it in there because we've got that one. Which is fine because trade's bringing in almost 4,000. What else was it? Oh yeah. Was that one as well? Where the hell's he going? It might be going after Ark the Black. Okay. It's because we've got a rare resource and we've got a port. Then again, rare resource would have over this because of the trade bump up anyway. And the mines later on actually probably make it worth more. But we definitely need that. I actually don't want to be in March dance for the...
Out of the question.
I am denied.
Discipline is very good. And what have I got in terms of things at the moment? I've got 2 skink chiefs, I've got 1 scar veteran, I've got 2 skink priests. Alright. Well, the amount of money we've got, we can always recruit them ready for the next army, can't we? There's not really a problem with that. Because we're not getting anything else to bump up hero rank anytime soon, which would be that. So, what I might do is then recruit this guy because he's got disciplined. Gives him a hell of a bump up in level. But I don't want him on a cold one. Keep him on full. He wants to go in with the guys. Right, so we've got a Scar Veteran for the 3rd army. Because he got Weapon Master, which is, it buffs him. It's not bad for him, but it's not great for the army. Discipline buffs him and the army. So they all get 2 leadership and 2 more melee attack. Which may not seem that much, but every little can fucking help. We'll want another Skink Chief for them. Which we could take that guy, because he has got Perceptive. Campaign line of sight, makes him better scout. No, it's because these are both very low level. They're benefiting from all them fucking all the buildings, aren't they? They're benefiting from that because it's here recruitment +2 faction wide, and then we've got that one for Skink Chiefs, haven't we, as well? Yeah. So these are me. Hang about. This is Skink Chief. Ah. Just the buildings, isn't it? Yeah, it is all provinces, okay. But they only got 1 level higher. That's weird. But I don't want you want a Terran. Terran's a terrible fucking mount to be on. So you need to capture points. And then last... No, in fact, no, it's only on 2 into it, yeah. We don't have those. We might need... Oh, in fact, did I get him Perceptive? Fuck, I did. I got him Perceptive and... He's not the scout. It's because normally I do have them as scouts. But I need the replenishment. Perceptive, I mean, it's not bad. And magic item drop chance, I mean, that can always help. Get more magical items in there. And it's campaign line of sight for the armies embedded in instead. And what was the other one that was on there? Strong, so you just buff him physically. It won't buff any of the units in the army anyway. So I can get another scout at some point. These two aren't really any good. That one's not for a scout because they're not going to be in the army. That's better on something else. That one's not bad because he will be in the local region, so we can lower the enemy's leadership by 4. So potentially could use that. What have these other two got though? He's got the hero soft defense chance, okay, which is good because that's something you're only really going to use on the campaign map. You're not going to use that in the battle. And he's got cunning. And my success chance plus 10% armies in local owned region. Alright, so I've got to own the region. But if I own the region that he's in, my armies get plus 10% successful ambush success chance. Which, it's not bad, it's not a trait I'd normally go with. For scouts, I'd normally want, like he's got uncompromising or perceptive. They have a few different ones, or different names for them in different factions. But anything that increases like campaign line of sight or your defense against enemy heroes, anything like that is quite good for a scout. Campaign line of sight is obviously a better one because the further the scout can see, the more you can see what might be waiting for you up ahead. So since I'm not recruiting the army yet, I might wait. So Pompous is not bad. It will actually allow him to help the army in their battles in the local region that he's going to be scouting for. But I would rather have something with campaign line of sight on if possible. Because that's only really good, the Pompous one, whatever it is, if you can get enough of them. Because if you get like 3 of those in one region, that's minus 12 leadership. That's then quite a bit. Minus 4 is not a big difference. Not if something's got, say, 90 leadership and then they've got 86. That's going to do fucking nothing. If they've got low leadership, they're like a goblin, they've got like 60. They take it off and they've got 56. They're not looking too hot. Because you're in the area then of very low leadership. So it depends on what you're fighting. Wait, what, they attacked that and killed... Oh, they just sacked it then, I'm guessing. I'm just going to wait and see what Tehennemin does. Because if Tehennemin takes the capital, there's no point in me taking the town. It's not as going that way. Okay. The arm is fucked. One thing I can say about these armies they've recruited, he's got way too many artillery. And my army will love that type of army. Because my cavalry were just going to run straight round and they're going to massacre his artillery. With the amount of cavalry that I have, if you've got like 6 to 8 cavalry in an army, their job is to take out artillery and then range units in that order. That's what they go for. And when you've got that many, when you've got more cavalry than they've got artillery, they physically can't shoot every unit of cavalry. And even if they can, they move that bloody fast that they're going to get there anyway. They're not going to break you before you get there. It just ain't going to happen. If they're really like low leadership cavalry, like Goblin Wolf Riders, maybe. But not when you've got high tier cavalry like I've got. High tier and high rank as well. I've noticed they've increased the patrol areas now of those pirates as well. There's the same number of pirates as not anymore, but they've now got bigger patrol routes because there's more of the world for them to patrol. Which does make a bit of sense, because like between Bretonia and the High Elves, there were too many there. There were like 3-4 pirates in one small area at one point. And they always declare war on the fucking player. So he's attacked this and not done anything with it. Why? Fucking imbecile. Well, I'm gonna go get the city first. Because the city's more important to me. I can, even if they keep this town, I'm quite happy to have a city in one town. It's just like having a 2-settlement province, like Volcanic Islands. It just means you can't put a commandment on, that's all. But then I can try and get this off them through trade. If I recruited the ones that we've got here, these are fucking much higher level already. It's fine. Okay. Just move my hero to the side a little bit, because I don't know if he wants to move down this path. It's better for him if you can just move straight down the path. It's so annoying when there's an enemy fucking hero in the way and he stops your army. And you've got to try and move around them. There shouldn't be any collision between heroes and armies. If heroes want to collide with other heroes, fair enough. But armies should be able to phase straight through them as though they're not even there. Because one single hero isn't going to do anything to an army. And it's so annoying as well when you're trying to get into like a siege and this hero stood around it. It's like, fucking move. Just get out of the way. Otherwise it means a single entity hero, even something as tiny as a skink or a goblin, can potentially stop an army getting to where they need to go just by being in the campaign map in the way. That shouldn't be the case. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh no. So Henry lost. He's literally only got that left. He's probably going to take that back now. He's going for Brigon. It's quite far away. It's fine. It won't meet ending at least, so it shouldn't have any more negative relations with the Lizardmen. Should be fine. Let's have a little check. No, so theirs is minus 15, which is fine. I didn't break that treaty, they did. They've now not got any. I'm not paying you 10 grand for non-aggression. It's ridiculous. And his is going back up again, which is good. So Henneman lost his main army, but he's still strength rank 20. Then again, I'm strength rank 16 now. I think because my armies are built now, and it's taken into account what's in them, and I've just gone from cold ones straight to horned ones. It's a big difference. I'm going to recruit those and cancelled him for the time being because he's heading over here. We can't take that straight away, they have to land first, so we can't land an attack. It can get a pox marsh, but it has got its full garrison. It's not very big, and he's got a full army. Luther Harkin is an issue. But I do get a lot of benefits being Gor-Rok's faction. So we do get 500 extra defensive supplies, and we do get barrier hit points 500 as well. And if it does come down to it as well, I can recruit a lord there. I wouldn't recruit a sand mage, I don't want to waste them. So I'd recruit a Old Blood or a Croxigor Ancient. And then just stick some regiments for now in there.
Why do you pester?
Where we are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I mean, I could go that, but I did notice the other day he's got 60% missile resist, so an extra 15% he might not need. He's got a lot. I can probably get most of these points, to be completely honest. 50 points. Yeah. But I'm next going to focus on... Probably going to focus on these. I'll focus on this one first. And then on this one. Right, I just need to be able to get into range. Get them to attack them. I don't want them taking the settlement, I want the settlement. I put myself into war with followers in a gash. Reason for that is you always want to be at war with at least one enemy. Always. If you want a war with someone, the game will usually give you between something like 1 and 3 turns in that ballpark. You might sometimes get as many as 5 if you're really lucky. But if you're not at war with anyone, in that 1 to 3 turn window, you've got a choice to basically declare war on someone. If you don't declare war on someone, the game will automatically pick a faction to declare war upon you. And it'll usually be one nearby as well. It can be something really stupid, really like off the mark. Like it could be an ally, which is really, really random, but it's just how the game does it. I'm not sure if it's the same effect on lower difficulties, but on very hard legendary, 100% that's how it works. So you can't be like at war with no one for a long time. It won't happen. Even if you're at war with someone far away, that will be fine as long as you're at war with someone. But the game needs to pick up that you're at war with at least one faction. Like, I don't know, let's say I sent a scout up to fucking Chaos Wastes and declared war on Archeon. He's fucking nowhere near me, but I could declare war on him. And as long as he's alive and I'm at war with him, whenever I've not got any factions around me that I'm at war with, it will still pick up that I'm at war with Archeon. So they won't declare war upon, the game won't declare war upon you. At least not stupid like with your own allies, things like that. You might get an enemy somewhere that declares war on you, but that's an enemy. That should to be expected. In the day it's called total war, not total peace. So if I get to Laxlang, special important Lizardmen as well. Ooh, okay. And then I can get Brigon. He's come on land. He's moving here, right? Okay, he's changed his target. Well, I just need to take that. Maybe recover for 1 turn. And then go and take Brigon. Which should take like 2 turns to get there. And I should be able to get there before him. He's gone back anyway, so we are recruiting that unit of Gor-Rok. What? I think they were high rank beforehand. I might have missed out on something. Oh, the thing wore off, the right. That wore off. It's fine. I'm not keeping them anyway. We'll be getting rid of them. And the reason I'm choosing this one, don't really want the high elf law, and the light law's kind of shit. Life is good, but if you've got a single entity army. Otherwise, just always go fire. So we've got 3rd generation there. So I'm just getting a good collection of all these guys, because these can all be future armies. And normally, I'm not sure if it's bugged or if they've changed how it works, but it used to be you have to pay 2,000 every 10 turns to get a new slan. So in the early game, you wouldn't do that every 10 turns, because you might need that 2,000 gold, as you saw in the earlier part of this campaign. Once you're swimming in gold, you can do it every 10 turns. But now I haven't got to pay for it anymore, for some weird reason. So you pay for it once, and then just it's got a 10 turn cooldown, and then you can do it every 10 turns. And then you can get slan between 2nd generation and 4th generation voucher it. Because if you've got 5th generation, you would have no wins magic power reserve capacity increase. And I think they used to be 5th generation in Warhammer 2, so they must have got rid of that generation. But whenever you see a second, obviously you just take your seconds first. So I've got enough here for like another 2 armies worth. And between that time, how many more 10 turns is going to go by? And I probably missed quite a few considering on turn 113. What are these things? Don't care about that. What's this? I really don't care about that. Right, sure. I'm now stronger than Tehenoin. That's probably because he just lost 2 armies though. And my armies are also now really quite strong. He's setting out again. And that just got rid of that army. It's time next time to see if I can get any relations with the Mazda Mundi without having to pay for them. Because I've got quite a lot of provinces super built up. And from the Gemantic Locus, they're all given an extra reputation with Lizardmen every single turn. And then I've got a building that gives 20 as well. So relations should just be fucking skyrocketing with Lizardmen, left, right and centre. He's got some weird love for fucking dwarves for some reason, despite that he took them out. But I'm not going to be friends with the dwarves to appease this faction when it pisses off Mundi and Tehenoin every single turn. And Mundi and Tehenoin are much more powerful than these are. Mundi's like in top 10 in strength rank. When he's top 10 in 103 factions in the game. Another war failed. I don't think I've seen one war succeed this entire campaign. One turn on that, that's fine. I can force march him up here. time this came home. Don't appear to lose anything. They barely got touched at all. The fuck's that about? That almost got dead. Scroll of power. What? Fucking Jabba the Hutt. Just get that red tree done. Make these guys even stronger. Got some bloody good stats for like early game fucking infantry, goddamn. What's this landmark build anyway? Research rate 10%, hero capacity +1 for skink priests. Hero recruit rank +2 for skink priests or provinces. And -1 corruption or regions. That is definitely worth having. There's no negatives in there. And the research rate, although it's a temporary buff, it is good at the moment because I've got a shit ton of research to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could just go 7 for more money. Or we could do that and have some more research. Either one. I mean, that's going to take 3 turns to replenish that one. Just stay there, keep an eye on that fucker. So that's going to go by 253, so it's going to be just shy of 5,000. 5,500 I mean. So if I do recruit a third army, now bear in mind they're all going to go up by 4% again, so they're going to be 4% dearer. So it's not going to be at the 5,500 price, it's going to be over it. And these two are going to get dearer as well. You're going to be talking probably closer to 6,000. So I'll be left for like 2,300-ish. So I can't afford a third army, but I'm not going to buy one as of yet. Because 2,000 coming in is not a great deal of money. It will as well, they will get cheaper once I've got more of the blue tree, that's the thing. So once I've got, which I've got to go into next. Yeah, can get both of those and have some upkeep reduction in there. It's a weird bug, and it's only on this game, and it's got to be their thing. But it'll like freeze my cursor in place, and then I've got to wait like 3 or 4 seconds, and then it'll unfreeze it, but it'll be like somewhere else on my fucking screen on my second monitor. So, what the hell? Must be like a beta thing because it's just not optimised that well yet. Oh, fuck, let's check Monday. Trade agreement, yeah. looking for Pox Marsh, okay. That fucking rogue faction, Montez Salucci, instead of being called Cortez, Montez. Oh, Cortez. What is that idiot doing? He's targeted that army and he's running across land. He could run towards my coastal settlement and go in the water. He's an ally. Idiot. I'm building here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then probably 7 here. Fuck, then just build money. Need to start keeping a track on that. I'm feeling at some point there's got to be a cap on that, how many slams you can get in that list. I don't believe it's going to be infinite. Right, he's on his way up. He'll be there in like 2 turns, 2 and a bit turns.
Who are you?
This settlement is walled, so I feel he's probably going to besiege it. He could attack it straight away because he has got siege attackers, but we'll see. I'm not going to recruit a load there with regiments for now, and I don't think it's worth it. If he takes a small town, I'll just pull it back up. Forgotten what the fucking name of it was called. There's a Howtech or something. $282 that I'll pay for the mission food. And since he's not unreliable, that should keep him from declaring war on me. Just getting low, but I'm not paying 36,000 for military access. Really, I'm not. If it's a really small amount, I don't mind paying it. Even if it's like a couple of thousand. But these have been asking for like 14,000. I'm not paying that. Not a prayer. I'm certainly not paying 36,000. You can fuck right off. I'm strength rank 10. I'm in top 10. Oh, get in. Right, so I want Zahautek off them. That one. I can't balance the offer because it's probably more money than what I've got. Great. I know what I can do though. I can give him something that he wants. So if I take that off of Marcus Wolfhart, I can trade him that because he's already got one of the towns, and I'll ask for that and see what the deal is then. Piranha Swamps. Weird thing is, this is called Piranha Swamps, and well, it ain't very swampy because you'd see more fucking water, and piranhas live in water. All you've got is little pools, and that's not even in that area. Don't know. Need an image like Swampland, see? Just watch Lord of the Rings, look at the dead marshes that Gollum walked through with the guys. That's like a swamp. Okay. He's not attacking Poxmarsh. Well, there's no way he can take back his main capital. It's far too well defended. That's setting sail for him, okay. Even though an army just walked straight past him. Forge a defensive and military alliance. In 6 turns? He won't even give me military fucking access. Treaties with Hexawatl. treaties with the faction leader of all Lizardmen, Mazdamundi. He's the spiritual leader for the Lizardmen. Because Croak's dead, he can't assume responsibility. Yeah, I've got fucking no chance. Defensive Alliance? For 42,000, I don't think so. Not for the sake of getting 500 back. Fuck that. But at least that's on the -1, which like disappears in like a turn. And the weird thing is, Mazdamundi is a second generation Slan. Because Croak's first generation. And yet I can recruit second generations, technically. Ooh, should be as strong as Mundi. Right, I've got these two here, because they're going to rank up naturally. Actually, the army's going to get recruited over there, isn't it? So send them this way. If we're going to recruit a third army, it's going to start over here, so we'll have the heroes waiting. So that, clicked on that. Not a very good chance, actually. Not a very good chance that my level 7 hero can't wound a level fucking 2. You'd think the levels would matter on the campaign map somewhat, but apparently fucking not.
The Empire. Praise Sigma.
Hey. Oh yeah, we can change that back, can't we? Yeah, don't need that anymore. What I could do is, I just want to try it. I want to try something. So my research rate is at 110%. See what it goes up to. Just burn through some of this research a bit faster. Looks like this is all Oxyotl at the bottom. Not really surprised, his own legend to load down there. He's not got any challenges of yet. See, that would be a place they could move Kairos. Give Kairos a place actually on the southern Chaos Waste, probably on like the far end to Oxyotl. So they both fucking meet in the middle. Rather than being on the Southlands. Just, yeah, you had the 4 mono gods. And you put them pretty much all in the same fucking location. It's like, why? Well, sorry, put 3 of them in the same location. You've got Nakari on Ultron, which is even worse because a demon couldn't even be there. But you've got Kairos bottom at Southlands, Scarbrand about midway up, towards a bit towards the top, and then you've got Kugath just to the right on the islands that Malus Darkblade used to be on in Warhammer 2. So you've got 3 exalted greater demons of the chosen gods, all very close together. Maybe spread them out a little bit. See, this is why initially when they were all at the top of the map, the campaign map, when they were coming down to attack, Kairos did attack the Cathayan wall on the far side, so he was kind of by villages. Scarbrand basically was near where Archeon is, he came down that route. Kugath was where Malus Darkblade is now. And then Nakari was where Valkyries came down into Nagarond. So although they were all on that stretch of chaos, it was across the entire width of the map. So they were spread miles apart. So you'd have to travel through like 3-4 different provinces for a greater demon to meet another one. And even then they weren't going left and right, they were going south. They were going into lands of mortals to crush them. Storm? Fucking kidding me?
This smells fishy.
Come on, curse it. There you go. Actually, we're not in threat of attrition anymore, are we? Nice. Force march it, then I can attack next turn. I'm still not seeing much in terms of a swamp. Some pools. Could house some piranhas, I suppose, but being called the piranha swamps for the region. That's cool, the fucking skull things at the side glow blue eyes. It's not really much for a swamp area, to be completely honest. Doesn't look very swampy to me. Ooh, over 4,000 in trade. Nice. Fucking hell, it's worth 1,142 a hex battle. That's some decent goddamn trade.
Alariel, the children of the Old Ones, you are most welcome. The time is now.
And no doubt there's going to be a lizard that doesn't like that. Apparently not. Apparently they're okay with that. It's fine.
Everqueen of
Fucking hell, what's
Alpha.
she going off? So she's got defensive alliance with the Heralds of Ariel. Is that the Sisters of Twilight? Defensive with Corone, defensive with Alethanar. Military alliance with Terranok, Tyrion, and Eltharion. Then she's with Vanaheimlings, Bealakor, Valkyria, Throg, Exiles and Nehek. That's Grom the Paunch, Hagrief, and Malekith himself. Okay. So, can see potentially a lot of enemies that are still alive and some allies. So, at least if I'm trading with her and I'm getting good relations with her, should help bump up the relations with these. So once they're discovered, I can start working straight into non-aggressions and the like. What sort of damage do we take from this storm? It's quite a bit. I'm not taking that. Oh, it's getting 10 and took it. Never mind. Never mind. So the 103rd faction wiped out on Marcus Wolfhart. He's out of here. It looks like Bretonians died fairly fucking early on. I don't think the Bretonians would do well over it, I'll be honest. Unless they've given like Strider to as like a faction benefit to the Bretonian guy that moved over. I don't see it working. Because the maps here are all going to be really heavy on trees. And large entities don't fight well in trees. Least of all Bretonian fucking cavalry. There's not special here, so we build the Skink Chieftain building, build walls, and build money. So yeah, let's go into here. 3 control local province cause terror, that gives him regeneration, and that reduces the delay on his Barry coming back. And this gives him some more Winds of Magic. And Winds of Magic is reduced by 50%. When increasing, okay. And Winds of Magic power reserve plus 20% when increasing for us. I don't know why actually we'd have that. I mean, maybe to give his, as it says, characters or leadership effect to other units. Because he's unbreakable. He can't rout. The Spirit of the Venerable Lord Croak. Lord Croak's power is that of a first generation Slan. His connection with the Old Ones far greater than any of his living kin. Indeed, he was the original, one of the original big boys that could like reshape the world by thinking about it. I might as well get all these, to be completely honest then. Yes, he has the encourage effect. In his case, that actually works because he's one of the few heroes in the game that has more leadership than the units that are with him. Well, actually, he's got the same leadership as them. What's weird is when you've got a hero with encourage and it's got less leadership than the units that it's supposed to be buffing the leadership of. Because if they've got higher leadership, why would it take the leadership of a lower hero? The only way that would work is if it was going to add the hero's leadership onto theirs. But then you'd have units with like 140, 150 leadership that would basically be fucking unbreakable.
Why do you pester?
So I lost 8 units fighting that Lizardman army. And the storm's abated, so now I can chase him down. I don't think he takes attrition though. I don't think he's got any provinces left, has he? No, he hasn't, no. I'm strength rank 6 now. Ooh. Strength rank 6 with only 2 armies. Got to decide where we're going to go next as well. So suitable is Savannah, Desert and Jungle. Unpleasant, which we can still occupy. Magical Forest, Mountains, Temperate and Temperate Island. So that should be like Empire stuff, that's Dwarven territory. That's like Wood Elves area, stuff like that. And then that's obviously the High Elf Island. So we don't want to be going too far north really, because you're talking like Malekith zones up there. Ocean's only one territory, which is, what's his fucking face? And then Celtic Wastelands is right far up top. So basically just don't want to be going north. I want to be staying in the more or less southern hemisphere and maybe going to the Empire. Because I don't mind occupying Orange. Orange is always viable to occupy. It's not a big a deal. You just don't want to occupy Red. Red is just not worth it. For how much it costs to build the buildings, the public order minus to maintain it. And I ain't got good public order in mine, I mean that's still fucking minus now. Did my things not change? So my research rate is at 145%. And because that one decided not to change, if that one changed, it'll be another 9%. Could be 10% very soon. Actually, that's maxed out wine at 10%. Probably because Star Town needs to be tier 5 because it's a link, isn't it? It's certain links in a chain where you can get them higher level. Theirs is not either. Or then again, it's not fully upgraded yet. So if this is all Lizardmen, that's Monday up there. You've got dwarves there, which have got one small town. That's got to be all Monday, right? So what I want to do now then is, I need. Clan's level 7, you're level 6, right? Shifty. Move your ass up here. Do some exploring for me. I want to see exactly what's going off up here. And buddy of mine, get your ass into water. Bring it over here. Let's see again. Now I've got that town. Let's see if they want to trade that settlement. No, it's still at minus 34. Okay. Yeah, it should cut these down a bit. Help with that research. Ooh, a high elf. I'm going to send my skink chiefs out to go and scout ahead to discover if there's well, any new allies but also potential enemies. Luckily I put myself in a good location where I'm at war with Orc and the Black, so I have still got an enemy if we kill off Luther Harkin. But while Luther Harkin's got his ship, he won't take any attrition because it works kind of like a Black Ark, so he can just float around in the ocean like a giant fucking turd. He can recruit from it as well, so. And the reductions that the AI gets to income, he can probably have a full army in there, which means he could potentially take back any town and maybe even a city, depending on what he recruits. %159% research rate, and that's still giving me 4 turns. I think it should be 7 though, didn't it? 1 down, X to go. That's his trait. Leadership +2 and fighting at sea, spell resistance 15%. Not exactly a very good trait. Go the Ancient Cunning, because ambush chance is always good. We'll go down here first, because Sauruses are pretty strong anyway. They've got 10% missile there from this thing, haven't they? 5 more armour, upkeep -10%, 5 more melee attack. Well, the melee attack currently is down because of that thing, which is -7. The melee defense is also up. Got 2 levels up. You got 2 levels up. Alright, okay, Blade Master. And that gets rid of Luke the Harkin. I don't know why he didn't run away, I'll be honest. Usually they just take off. I'm glad he didn't, because chasing him down would be a pain in the arse. There's a thing off coaster here, isn't there? Yeah. Instability is -4, but it's dropping. It can come down that way? Alright, I didn't thought that would be possible. Fair enough. It's a -8 turn. It's going to go to -4 though. Should help a little bit. And it's another city, so with another slan building in there, means I can get them at rank 14, them at rank 15, and them at rank 14. And then it also means I can get them at rank 19, so they're going to be 1 level off of immortality. So I'm not going to recruit a 3rd army yet, definitely not until that's built. Because then he's got another 3 levels. Yeah, and they do have it here. I just wasn't sure if they had it or they start with it. I didn't know how it worked for them. At this point anyway. He has all the things on there. So you get the same ones. With a minus 40% base miscast chance. He has fucking minus 50 already. Fucking minus 90. 3 control local problems causes terror and then he gets regeneration. He just doesn't get the extra where the barrier comes back faster. Then it gets a banishment spell. Vortex with 2 uses. He actually doesn't get that. He doesn't get the banishment spell, so they get the banishment spell where he gets this. So he gets his barrier back quicker. Personally, I don't mind it. It's more damage for them because his spells are way better than theirs. Because his are all basically like bombardment, explosion type spells, so they all like cover an area. So they're good because they're stationary. You just blob up, they kill them. You've got one that's good against armor, one that's meant for units that aren't that armored, and one that can kill like a single unit. But also these don't hurt your own troops, where the other slams, because they haven't got his level of mastery, even Mundy hasn't, you've got to follow the rules of a normal mage. You've got to be careful where you cast your spells. If you cast them on your own guys, you're going to fuck your own guys up. Sometimes I'm surprised they haven't got though, at least on the 2nd generation slan, and maybe even the 3rd. Maybe as either a skill or as part of their trait is spell mastery. So their spells can do more damage. So you could have like either a skill on here that could do it and get like 10 or 15% spell mastery, or on terms of the traits, you could have like 15% on a 2nd, 10% on the 3rd, and 5% on the 4th spell mastery. So they do some more damage. Because you are talking slan. They do generally have a better knowledge of magic than most of the races, including high elves. The only ones that might come close might be like Tzeentch's demons, and that's because they're actually creatures of magic. I moved the other one, where's he gone to? I moved him there, no. Oh, I need to contact the High Elves. The High Elves is retained at work with their strength rank 1.
Your devotion to the old ones is most impressive.
21,000? Fuck right off. I'll do it.
As you say.
He gets my foot in the door, and he gets that going the right direction. Because they love me. Relations are going up with them and with them. His main threat though apparently is Nagarond. So he's now strength rank 1. Something you've got to consider sometimes as well is when you're on your own little island and it gives you a strength ranking, if you haven't discovered factions yet, it won't include them as part of the strength pool. So like for a long time Hexawattle was strength rank 1, but that's because I'd not discovered the High Elves. So now I've discovered the High Elves, they are stronger than Hexawattle. I need the Lizardmen though in this campaign to not be a grey area faction again. It'd be good. We're below 100 factions now. And by grey area faction what I mean is, the normal order tide is High Elves, Bretonnians, Empire and Dwarves. That is your normal order tide. It will sometimes include Lizardmen. But if there's not many evil factions left, or there's none near most of the order tide factions, they will sometimes turn their attentions on Lizardmen, and they'll all declare war on you. And then you're fighting for the most powerful order tide factions in the game. And then you've just got to hope that your army's better than theirs. Oh no! Actually, never mind. Gor-Rok's here, he can come deal. Lots of these things in the ocean, that's good. It's very, very good. So this rogue army declared war.
No.
If they take this, it's not too bad. So I can maybe trade for it. Maybe. And see, it's these sorts of things here. This is exactly what I'm talking about why you should always build walls. You've got a 19 stack army here, and you're being backed up by another 6 stack. So you've got 25 units in total. That's enough to take any town, and maybe even any city. Some cities potentially could fend that off, it depends what's inside the army. But this is my point here. This is why you build walls. You don't build walls and they spawn in and they declare war on you or something like that, or one of your allies that you need to keep, and you've got to go into that war. You start losing all your shit. Always, always, always build walls. Because if not, there will come a point where you fucking regret it. And even if it's the example, these would be considered now extremely safe. Because you've got Tehenowin down this coastline, High Elves down here, I've got that AI guy here, I've got my outer settlements here and here, more Tehenowin and Mazdamundi above. So you'd consider these ones very, very safe. But these rogue armies can spawn in anywhere. It's like being orbital dropped from fucking space. They can spawn in anywhere. Same with like random armies of Savage Orcs or Beastmen. And the Savage Orc ones that spawn in, the Beastmen, they don't even occupy settlements. They're horde armies. So if they take one of your towns and cities, they're reducing it to rubble. So then you've got to go around building it from fucking rank 0 back up again. At least these guys will occupy it. But in some cases that makes them even more dangerous. Because if they build it and occupy it and they start getting a faction going, they can become quite a big threat. What's going on here? Is that being besieged? If so, by what? Spinosotic Dwarves got destroyed by Mazdamundi. Well, that should be that problem gone. I like how it still says broken trees of Spinosotic dwarves -12. They're dead. Mazda Mundi killed them. And see the strategic threat thing that's on there. I don't mind it. It does make sense in a certain way. But I think once you get a defensive or military alliance, that should be removed. Because they're your ally. They shouldn't consider you a threat anymore. You're a friend. You're a source of strength for them to draw on in war. You'll join them in it. So like, I've got a defensive alliance here with some Sentinels. And I've got a defensive alliance there with them. That strategic threat shit shouldn't exist. What do I need for the convict conditions, actually? Right, so they're all destroyed. Occupy, loot, raise or sack 30 different settlements. I've got 15 so far, so I'm halfway there on that one. Oh, I need military allies. Vassals or military allies. Right, okay. Right, in which case then... Well, to be fair, I'm in a strong place anyway, so maybe we can. Then if they do declare war on someone, as long as it's not someone stupid like fucking High Elves or something, I can look at getting alliances with them. I can confederate these before I can get a military alliance. Why? I mean, see, they're bringing in 568 in trade. Obviously, I'd make a hell of a lot more from their territory than 568 if I confederated them. If I'm not mistaken, confederations also love relations with all other factions of the same species. So Hexawatl, Ghosts of Pahawax, Cult of Sotek and Wardens are all going to take a massive fucking hit in relations. And it's usually quite a lot. It's like -40 or something. So I don't know if I want to confederate them. I think I'd rather just keep them as an ally. Relations are still going up by a lot as well, actually. Going from 164 to 195. And every turn that broken treaties should go down by 1. I actually don't need it with him because he's actually not on Lustria. I like how a defensive alliance with him and military access are the same fucking thing. 39 grand, are you high? Is it the same for that as well? 34 grand for that, but still -6. Okay. I'll just have to work towards it. I know somebody said at one point it was much harder to get confederations, but I'm not looking for confederations, I'm looking for military alliances. The only problem with military alliances is, I mean, it can go both ways, to be completely honest. Is the only problem with military alliances is they can declare war on somebody stupid and pull you into a war. It's like they could declare war on one of the other members of the Order Tide. So they could declare war on like the High Elves or the Empire or something. I would hope they're not that fucking stupid, but I've seen it before. But I need to get a military alliance for it to count on the objectives, because then I control all provinces of Lustria, either through myself or military allies. I can confederate that other faction, which means if I can, to Henry and Mazdamundi probably can very shortly if they can't already. But if they take it, that's not a problem. I'd just rather not have the massive reliability, not reliability hit, it's like a relation hit. Because I think you get it for 8 or 10 turns when you confederate someone. And it's like fucking minus 40 relations per turn. So once your confederation's over, if you're not at war with them, you're bloody close to it. And your relations are at fucking toilet. Another war fails. Do the orcs know what to do with their wars? I mean, you guys can tell more than me if you've been through the videos watching. How many wars have they now had that's failed? I don't think I've seen one succeed. Not one. All they've got to do is take the damn capital and hold it. And while, I'm not sure if it's a bug, but wars don't do lose a lot of movement. It might be because you're dragging a second army along with you, which kind of wouldn't make sense because you need like a bigger baggage train to fucking support it. But what the fuck?
Highborn.
Why are they down here?
My servant fails me.
I'm going on there, can I? Okay. What the fuck? Alright, make your mind up.
I forbid this.
Fuck the what else doing down here?
It is time.
He's got a defensive alliance with Camry. So War the Bowmen of Orion. Don't know who the fuck they are, probably undead of some kind. Perhaps the Sartosa, follows in the Gash and Clan Moors. I'm not getting alliances though to any dwarves since a lot of our guys don't seem to like them.
Alaria, all are welcome in my court.
6 grand for minus 1.1? Fucking kidding me?
At your service. I will hear your words, but I make no promises of aid.
No. I'll work towards getting non-aggression with these. But I'm going to try and get military alliance as well, my own guys.
Orion! You have been granted access to my halls. Don't make me regret my act of kindness.
Okay. So now getting like a seasonal thing.
Good.
None of them give a shit about the Wood Elves, that's good at least. His main threat is Orc the Black. How? He's got 4 settlements and lives in a wood fucking miles away. And that's where they probably... Why would he be his main threat? You'd think it'd be somebody like Grom or something. That's well weird. That's all their shit. Right, okay, fair enough. Oh shit. Think about. I just realised there could be a slight wrinkle. Fuck.
Guardian of the Phoenix Crown. It is not often that your kind.
Actually, he's not
requests an
far off. I
audience
wanted
at
it.
the Phoenix Court.
13,000. I might consider that. I'll give it a few more turns and stuff because his relations are still going up. If I get it above 100, that should drop. Because I'll need this province as well, so I've got to give them a military alliance as well. Which is not overly a problem. They shouldn't be declaring war on anybody because they don't fucking move. They're purely defensive like they done with Tyrion. Right, they're both on there.
I refuse.
What the?
Not likely.
Right, okay, so he's got 1 unit of Slayers. Not gonna worry about any of that.
Not likely.
4 more units of Slayers, 4 units of Handgunners, 4 units of Free Company Militia, 2 Pegasus Knights and 3 Great Cannons. I mean, don't get me wrong, I respect handgunners because I know they can kill literally anything in the game with enough fire on a unit. But obviously with my cavalry I'm designed to take these out is the idea. These things will just hunt them the fuck down. But obviously Slayers can kill my cavalry because they're anti-fucking large. Right, we'll deal with that next time. I've done quite a few good turns, I've enjoyed it. Right, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like. If you're new around here, drop a subscription. Or if you're one of my current viewers who aren't subscribed, hit that sub button for me. Help grow with the channel. Take care everyone, have a great day and I'll speak to you all soon.